Western culture is rape culture. I will prove it definitively in this video. And that it is evil to live. That's why live backwards is evil. First, let's look at Hitler's birthday, 420. It's at the end of Aries, the sign on the horoscope, whore or scope. Either you're a whore or you change your perception, right? Also, whore is the O, the reproductive cycle, the scope of it, which is the boundaries of it, if you will. Speaking of boundaries, Mercury is the trickster, okay, the deity of boundaries, okay, and also the psychopomp who guides the souls into the afterlife. But that's neither here nor there in many ways, okay? Let's keep it more simple. A lot of you hear these arguments and you lose sight of things. I'll go through the con words and show you that every crime that occurs in Western culture as a result of neocolonialism is hopelessly a con art, and when you're in the repetition of the con, you are building an evil mind-body and you have no soul. Your children will have no soul. It's not a coincidence that soul is a play on words, you know, for son, okay, in Spanish, I believe. It's not a coincidence. The heart is the seat of intelligence. You don't have a heart, you don't have a soul. Now, obviously, I don't mean heart literally, and we are dealing with people who are that immature, who would go around saying, he says that nobody has a heart but him, okay? How are they alive? And say stupid shit like that. This is the kind of immature, rapist, murder, con man culture that I've had to deal with every day. And to conform to this is evil. So basically, they're trying to make me seem like what they are, okay? That's why VAP means to shrink. Psyche, a tree, okay? Psychiatry. You know what? I'm going to go without the wordplay, okay? But basically, they're referring to the tree of knowledge. VAP to shrink. Shrink is a psychiatrist. I'm going to explain without the wordplay. A lot of you are stupid fucks. Make no mistake, if you do not try to restore the martial art order and stand with me, you are an idiot. I don't care how much you know. I don't care if you invent a cure for everything that is ailing humanity in this material realm. You are a fucking moron. You are a stupid coward. You are nowhere near as intelligent as my fucking toenail. You're a stupid fuck. There's no way around that. The tree of knowledge, by default, makes you a stupid fuck. The only life there is through the African Pure Sun Temple martial art order. Okay? It should say the warrior gene and not the sport gene. I've gone over that a million fucking times. So, to murk, airy. To murk means to kill the image of. They are liars, they are con artists, they are illusionists, they're ill, right? Ill-gotten gains. Snake backwards, with wordplay applied. E-kin, e-con, e-can, e-coon, right? They're trying to snake me, okay? Are they the snake-like, lifeless scumbags when you look in their eyes, or am I? Did they cause me to have glasses to confuse you about that? They are false accusers. They concoct a story. They want to scapegoat me, and they have a long history of dehumanized and demonized propaganda, which is aimed at black people who are the most demonized race. Okay, even when Muslims are called bad names, they are called Dune, coons, and they are called sand N-words. Why? Because even a terrorist is less demonized than a black person. And if the West is the devil, colonialist, rapist, murderer, economic hitman trash, and you know, then what does that make black people in general? However, not all black people are good. So let's explore the con words, right? Ex-cons, conniving, configure, congrats, and being grateful. Converse, okay? All these things have to do with the con. Concede. Who can even plant their seed? Only people who roll with the con. Women, when they do hypergamy, right? Instead of dating hyper-masculine, quote-unquote, people, they date hyper-bitch, con men, okay? The right wing is full of people that have a wife-beater mentality. That's why the N-word is a play on words for no gear, okay? They ride big trucks, they're big brutes, they're big con men brutes that try to cause other people to fail. They're in the military and they're police. They run psyops on people. They bring in the drugs. They sabotage so they can con, and then use the contrast to say that their people are superior. And then play you out as a conspiracy theorist when they charge people with criminal conspiracies every day, as if they can do no wrong, but only the people they charge. Even though on record there is a blue wall, a blue code of silence, and so on and so forth. The blue code, the police code of silence. So we look at concentrate, right? What is the center? Concenter, right? Concentric, right? What is the center of the culture? It is the Greco-Roman mythologies as ideas of illusion building and psychological constructs, mind you, that have been built on for generations. If one person premeditates for a night and commits a murder, they are charged with premeditated murder if they can prove that that's what they did. Right? However, when someone conspires with a group, why don't people consider that this is worse? This is a higher degree of premeditation. First degree, second degree, third degree, right? This is beyond first degree. Now, when we're seeing generational conspiracies building on Greco-Roman mythologies, the idea of using illusion to rape, the idea of using drugs to rape, okay? This is everything to do with pharmacology, right? Where did these roofies come from, and so on and so forth. This is a long, drawn-out criminal conspiracy that is derived from the principles of immorality that are found most in Greco-Roman mythology. This perhaps is the greatest refinement and premeditation of evil and rape that humanity has ever known, the Greco-Roman mythology system. And in college, we have Greek societies to add insult to injury. So when we look at these ideas, conceive, concelebrate, right? The Eucharist, Christianity, right? Con man, really. Serapis, see rape eyes, see rape as. I connected that to Zagreus. Osiris, Apis, Zeus, and Hades, and more. I proved definitively that Pluto is another name for Hades, a deity that became Hades, or another name for him. And his name means the rich. Black people own $5. Black families have $5 on average for every $100 that a white family has. But yet they go to great distances to convince you that black people are actually the evil ones. They're actually the rapists. How many women were raped in World War II? Why hasn't that stigma been attached to the military in general, Western militaries in general, to white people in general, to white culture in general? Is not rape, the rape of the Sabites, a part of Western culture? The foundation, if you will. The foundation of Western culture is rape, and they have carefully made sure to, they've meticulously made sure that it continues to be a part of Western culture, and to redefine consensual sex in terms of intoxicants that are less available to poor people, like alcohol, instead of the ones that are more commonly used for rape, which are the sugars to make people more suggestible, the psych meds, the chemicals, the materials, the substances, the pharmaceuticals. Okay, I'm the son of a brain surgeon. Okay, I understand these ideas. I am not a brain surgeon myself. I understand these ideas. I was raised with a higher awareness for more reason than one. My family is really the family that is the most logical family to credit with the creation of martial arts. You know them by their works. Okay, if you see martial arts systems designed for Asian people, they probably came from Asia. If you see systems that were designed for African warriors that expelled other races that triumphed over the rest, logically, the most effective Falcon tribe martial artists came from those people, and obviously Igbos are the bell that rings the loudest for reasons I've gone over before. Ghanaians perhaps coming in close second, but they're not quite there. The word Obi does not ring the same way in that culture, among other things. Now, I could go on and on about why that is. Okay, my challenge by itself proves why it is. Ghanaians are basically wearing a pink fucking thong with polka dots, while I've been standing firm alone in the true martial art order. Okay, they have done nothing comparable to my martial. Man has not ever accomplished anything comparable to my martial art order and my martial art challenge, and they never will. Okay, in the midst of sabotage and all this stuff, I stood against the New World Order, the entire world, everyone else, by myself on my own 10 toes, and I conquered them. Together, the world could not come up with a single person to best me. There's nothing that compares to it. Therefore, women are extremely fucking out of touch with reality to shun me. They are despicable, they are not suitable helpers, and it is my superior insight that allowed me to outsmart, outwit, outperform, and become far more wise than the next man. The next most intelligent man, right? The next most intelligent man. Okay, these people are con artist bitch. Okay, the con center, to direct to a common center, right? They want to direct you to the center of the rape culture. That is their conception. That is their concern. That is their concerted effort. They want you to sign a contract, and they're content with a rape murder culture, with 2,000 rapes or so every day in the West, with only a fraction of those reported, because it is a con man culture. And if you call out their rapist con arts and their white privileged rapists that are doing most of the rape in the 70% white culture, right? then you are going against the con and you haven't conceded. Therefore, they don't want you to see. Therefore, they are sabotaging you and concocting stories against you. The Martha Mitchell effect in psychiatry, look it up. It being concise, oversimplifying versus being precise. Okay? To concur, to conquer, to condemn, to condition. To condition how? Using drugs and technology? Mega Man pills? What are you, a cartoon character? What are you, a technology using Ebert? You know, like Mega Man? Figure it out. Condom. Even having sex in Western culture, outside of the divine order, you are being conned because you are dumb. Anyone who is not a virgin, other than me, by default, is a dumb fuck. You have been conned into having sex outside of the martial art order. And you are not trying to restore the martial art order with me. Okay, you are a dumb fuck that is condoming, which is conning dumb fucks. Condom, okay? And you condone things because you're not trying to oppose them. The only way to oppose evil is with good, not with another evil, not with a lesser evil. That is contributing to evil and refining it. Okay, you're saying, hey, this evil is so obvious to everyone else, let us do it a different way and con more dumbasses into reproduction. Okay, condom, condone. Conduct. How should you conduct yourself? This also means to lead, to escort, to guide. To escort? To lead a bunch of prostitute, high heel wearing, butcher, fucking high heel scum. Roman prostitutes used to wear high heels. Greco-Roman mythology, rape culture. A prostitute is basically a dumb bitch who has been conned into being a dishonorable sex slave. The fuck do you think she is? You think a stripper is the wisest person walking the earth? You think a hypergamous cunt? You think a corporate slut is wiser than I am? What are you, a fucking moron? Oh, she drives a Mercedes. What do you drive? Are you that stupid? You social status psychological construct conduit bitch. You're helping the con do it by not restoring the martial art order. What don't you get? You either die resisting them or you are a conduit, a means of distribution and transportation to transport and convey evil. Conglomerate, conference, confess, confide, conform, confiscate, confirmation, confrontation, confusion, confuse, congress, constitutional, congregation, congressional, congenital, inherit, right? If you think that people who are fixed on worldly bitch shit aren't concerned with the fact that black people have bigger penises and they put these huge obelisks in Egypt saying, we have bigger dicks than you, when the immature martial artists took over from the first dynasty family that I see myself the most in, I'm certainly a descendant of. If you think they didn't react to that like a worldly bitch, to other people who were falling out of grace in a descending order, so that they can turn around and be condescending and downplay the black man's physical prowess and chop it up to flesh, when these are people that use words like the bigger man, a large body of evidence, right? Shortcomings, right? They're thinking in terms of size alone, not DNA, which is and backwards, not the spirit, not destiny, nature, and nurture. If they did not help me restore the martial art order for the same reason someone who's born retarded because their parents were crackheads and cowards who did not face the enemy, instead turned to drugs, okay? It was their destiny through God not to be the top martial artist. That's part of who they are, their parents. They're the continuity of their parents. That factors into your ability to perform. You can't, this is not conjecture. I'm not conjuring up some magic spell. I'm not some Ebert fucking scientist in college or some bitch like that. I'm not making the connections. I'm making the true connections, not the connections, right? Consistency of their evil must be considered the consistency of their premeditation. They are building on generations of conspiring to get the most attractive women to sleep with con men. That's what the Greco-Roman mythologies are. That's what sex cults are. Occult, sex cult. Greco-Roman society, you think sororities are a bunch of class women? They're a bunch of whores. What the fuck do you think they are? They're Greek society bitch. What the fuck? No time for the dumbasses who don't put that together. Okay? Like I said, there are false accusers trying to snake me, trying to concoct the evidence, trying to scapegoat me, using demonized propaganda. The Mueller case is a good example. Psyche, logos. Trance, right? Psyche, a tree, okay? Outfit, benefit, fit versus fit. Throwing a fit. Why do you throw a fit? Because you don't have the proper outfit. That's one of the reasons you do it. Dedication, honor, focus, sensitivity, determination, martial arts systems.